For a great looking board and batten job with AZEK sheets, you can install the sheets first with 4/4 trim installed on top of the sheets, or you can install 6/4 trim first with sheets installed after, which is what this video illustrates. Either way, begin with a solid and flat surface. AZEK requires a minimum thickness of a 1/2 inch plywood or 7/16 inch OSB. Prior to installing the trim, install the house wrap and flashings as defined in the building code. Install the corner boards, the skirt boards, and the window trim. Refer to the AZEK Trim and Molding Installation Guide for proper fastener and spacing. Install head flashing above the window head casing and other horizontal trims, extending back behind the house wrap. AZEK sheets with Paint Pro technology are available in lengths of 8 feet, 10 feet, and 12 feet. Sheets should always be installed vertically and should not bridge floors. So if you're using skirts and band boards, you can probably use 8-foot sheets. If you opt against the band board, you need a longer panel to break before the subfloor level. Also, use the appropriate flashing at the break, leaving a 1/4 inch above the flashing, and do not caulk. This allows drainage if any water should get behind the sheets. We're going to use a band board with the right size flashing above it. Install the sheets between the trim. Allow a 1/4 inch gap above the windows. This gap should not be caulked. This is because it's an exit point for any water that may leak in. Leave an 1/8 inch gap on the sides and bottom of the window trims and when butting to any corners, windows, or frieze trims. These gaps should be caulked against any water leaks. Leave a 1/16 of an inch gap between sheets when you install them. Fasten a 1/2 inch from the edges every 8 inches with a minimum of 1.5 inch by 0.092 hot dipped galvanized ring shank siding nails. Now you can begin installing the battens over each seam. Fasten every 12 inches with a minimum 2 inch by 0.092 hot dipped galvanized ring shank siding nail or 2 inch AZEK Cortex screws. For high wind zones, refer to the design wind load tables for proper fastening. Fill in battens between the seams, but do not install battens more than 16 inches apart. The second row of sheets sits atop the first row with appropriately sized Z flashing and a 1/4 inch gap that should not be caulked. Move up to the next course and install battens as below. If you choose to skip the band board, extend the corners and battens to the top of the underlying sheets and make sure to use the appropriate flashing. Do not bridge floors with trim or battens. You can paint AZEK sheets in many colors. If the color you want has an LRV under 55, you'll need a solar reflective coating or vinyl safe paint formula. With or without a band board, AZEK's board and batten siding looks great and lasts a lifetime. Prior to installation, refer to the AZEK installation guidelines and code compliance report.